All right, I'm loving connecting with Calypso again. Why? Because we have the gammon. Now, how many gammons have you worked with in the last 6 months, my friend? Let's just let the people know how much you know and appreciate.
In my line of work, Christmas starts around July. So by the time it rolls around, I'm like, whew, can we have another protein?
He starts shaking. There is a reason why the gammon is here. It endures because it is amazing. Indulge in the sweet and savory flavor of festive gammons because we must. And chef and food stylist Calypso Motao is here to create an apricot glazed gammon paired with a beautiful creamy, cheesy baked leek dish that is perfect for any festive table and slightly different, dude. So I'm going to swap sides with you so you can bond with your 7,343rd gammon of the year.
Listen, I still love gammon.
Which is saying a lot, man.
Which is saying a lot. And I think what's amazing about this Woolies gammon is, you know, the work that gets done ahead of time before it comes to you into the shop, before you grab it off the shelves and cook it at home, is impeccable.
And it's the hard yards.
Yeah, so that's the smoking, the brining, to make sure that the flavor, the juiciness is just out of this world. So let me tell you a little bit about how I've prepared this. So I've skipped a couple of steps.
Okay, because I was going to ask, because the preparation, I think, is what most people step away from. It may be a bit too intimidating. What do I need to do before I actually cook it? So walk us through the process.
It is absolutely easy. And I'm going to throw in a bit of nuggets of how I prepare my gammon as well. So what you do with a gammon is you take it, it's smoked, it's brine, you put it in a pot with a liquid, right? So it could be pineapple juice, could be apple juice, could be stock, it could be water. Water works perfectly for me because I can add other aromatics and other flavors
in there. You can build it up.
Exactly. So what I've done with this one is popped it into a pot. It's a medium gammon. Popped it into a pot, some water, put some aromatics, some thyme, some bay leaves, some rosemary, some garlic, a whole head of garlic. Threw it in there.
Don't hold back.
Bring it up to a simmer. Let it just simply sit there. You can step away from it. Let it cook for about an hour.
Have a bath. You go and chill. Go and have yourself a bath.
Go have a quick bevy outside.
Play some music.
Exactly.
You know, let the gammon chill. You chill. I love that. And of course, it tends towards the sweeter side. The kind of fats that are involved here. Just for me, a gammon must have a slightly sweet profile, but don't overdo it. So I like the idea of preparing it maybe in a stock, or as you say, build it up with the herbaceousness.
Because of it's the brininess and the flavor that's in there. It does, like you said, lean itself to a bit of sweetness as well. So, and that's why we're going to make a glaze for it.
Oh, and you've got to.
And that's where the flavor sits. All that yumminess, that stickiness, that's what you want. So it's quite a simple glaze. Apricot. We all love apricot. Someone has apricot jam sitting in their cupboard and they don't want to put it on bread anymore. So some apricot jam goes into the pot, a bit of dark brown sugar.
Do you call it muscovado?
Muscovado, demerara. You can use either
or
the
kind of syrupy
Exactly. So that's some thyme leaves as well. I'm putting some white wine vinegar and some apple juice also goes in there to make our glaze.
Balance. And I suppose because it's been brined, you're also going to have quite a saltiness to it, which is part of why I love my gammon, especially the day after as a cold meat. Come on, get out of town.
Gammon sandwich?
I don't know if you were going to give me a high five there or if that was a super awkward moment. I thought it deserves a high five because it is. It's amazing. The day and the day after.
The day and the day after. So exactly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my gammon. It's cooked. I've let it cool down. What I like to do is instead of cooking it for like the hour 40 minutes that it requires, I'll cook it for like an hour 15.
Okay.
Turn off the stove, let it come to temperature in that brine so that osmosis, all that liquid kind of just reabsorbs in there. And then I take it out once it's cooled and then I score the skin and the fat. So sometimes I take the skin off, sometimes I just keep the skin on. Sharp knife, you score into the fat because as you're roasting it, you want that fat to render and become crispy.
There we go. And it's twofold because the rendering isn't just about the crispy crackling, which you need. Let's be honest, you're failing at life if you don't have the crunch. But it's also going to render the flavor of the fat.
So that fat is almost going to start basting that gammon as it's cooking, rebasting it, reintroducing more delicious flavors.
Stop with the sexy talk, man. We don't be basting for hours and that's just ridiculous.
If people are not running to buy gammons right now, I don't know what else they need.
And it is a kind of a panicky thing. Kudos for Woolworths for having the different sizes so that you can kind of really plan your meal because you've got to plan your festive table. It does take a lot often. taking so much of the guesswork and the preparation work out of it, so you know exactly what you have to do and where it slots in on the production line. It's a big thing, man.
And I love the fact that they also come, there's a medium, there's a large, there's a bone-in, there's an easy to cook, there's a smoked one. There's such a big range for different sizes of gatherings. So it might be you and a significant other. It might be the whole family. It might be the whole family and the extended family and the friends.
Yeah.
And, so everyone's catered for. There is a gammon for your occasion.
I love that. And it is. It's just an accessible way to bring the festive cheer. So even if you're not going to go the whole hog with all of the roasts and things, a little bit of gammon goes a long way.
Exactly.
You know it's Christmas. Look at that.
So glaze, put that into the oven. Every now and then I'm just going to rebaste it as it's, cooking and the skin is kind of just getting crispy and it's rendering and beautiful. And then with that, I'm going to serve, like you said, a cheesy, leek, creamy situation. I mean, leeks, we love leeks.
Oh, man, the flavor profile. And if you cook them right, they melt in your mouth.
Exactly. So this recipe is super easy. While your gammon is cooking, you can get this going. What you do is cut your leeks in half lengthways.
Okay.
Just sear them in the pan just to get that nice golden color. Take them off, then make a quick white sauce on the side. Add some cheese, pour that over into the oven, bang.
It's like
you have a showstopper of a side.
And it's going to be quite nice and creamy. There's some strong flavors in there as well that'll compete with the gammon nicely. So it's not going to just be completely overshadowed.
Exactly.
There you go, a simple and easy way to create a festive feast without the hours and hours being poured into the roast. A lot of people will be worried about the crisp. Is it a mystery? Is it something that you have to do extra? Or if you just let it cook properly, it's going to come?
Let it cook properly. Allow that, that stickiness to kind of just amalgamate and become extra sticky and become crispy. Give it the time it needs. It's very, very, very hard to overcook a gammon. If you follow the right steps, you'll have a very delicious, crispy gammon.
Because you've already worked on it. You've already poured all of your love and energy into it. So we're going to pour some back into you. I absolutely love this, Glazed. Well, thank you so much, man. Rewards members, get this. You can buy any 2 gammons and get 20% off. So why are you buying one? Come on, just get real. This offer is valid until the 1st of December. These are going to go like hotcakes. Please get your gammon in now. And you can find T's and C's at woolworths.co.za. I'm going to say it, man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
That's never too early. That
Ever.
looks exquisite. Well done. Yeah. Yay.
Can we eat it?